Boxy. The hell are you drinking?
This right here?
Yeah, what is this right here? Tell me.
It's Froghorn's Tang.
It does look like some Tang.
It's Tang.
With the pinky in the air, I'm not thinking it's very tangy.
Mm-hmm.
That's some fancy Tang. Hey, Juice, can I ask you a huge favor?
Sure.
Can you ice me down just maybe a couple, three,
Hey,
maybe
man,
three or four ices?
Where's the bottle, man? I mean, it's
We
little light over here, man. What we got going
Are you
on?
good? You need something?
No, I'm good.
All
I'm
right,
straight,
yeah.
man. I can
It's
get
somewhere.
through,
It's
man.
definitely within shouting distance. Ricky doesn't
Sometimes
ever
you
take
gotta-
it too far.
Sometimes you gotta say no, man.
Just say no.
Are they gonna get you some Durant gear?
Oh
I
yeah.
don't
what's
know.
up
I'm
with
gonna
that?
ask for it though,
Yeah.
or should I not?
What is he? Under Armour or is he Nike?
No, he's Nike.
Yeah,
He's Nike.
Yes, he is.
What's up with that? I know you're
I don't know,
Nike
man.
too,
I'm
though.
Nah, yeah, they are.
I'm an Under
I
Armour
don't-
guy.
You know, my brother. I don't. You know, I can't. My brother's team
We're
take
not
over. So
Yeah,
I
we're
gotta-
not
I
gonna talk
gotta-
about that. We're not gonna talk about that. Let's
yeah.
talk about these playoffs.
I would wear Team Takeover gear all night long. Just gotta get. I'm a size large on like the tops. Size large on
But
the
see,
bottom.
listen, you can go. You can do both. You know, I can support my brother with Team Takeover and then my job with Team Durant. You know what I'm saying? I could do that.
Can you
You
do
know
that?
what I mean? I could do that.
I think you
I'm
can do
showing
that.
support to family and my
Hey.
profession.
I mean, Sean
know?
Springs grew up a Cowboys fan, did he not?
Right, and he played for the
He
Redskins.
played for the Redskins. That
Right.
worked out well for all of
Right,
us.
Yeah.
Just
You know,
throwing it out there.
I'm just,
Let's
it
get
don't
on
have-
to
it-
these. Let's
it
get
don't-
on to these
it doesn't have
playoffs,
to-
man.
It doesn't have to necessarily be a certain allegiance. I mean, I'm
There we
just,
go.
But if it all comes down to it, man, then, I have to side with my brother.
All day long.
So I'll do that any day, all day long.
I was told to move the mic over to the side
Yeah,
so
yeah,
the
yeah.
viewers can see my face.
There you go. Yeah, that was one.
So the good news is, and let's just get things started. Let's just get things started on the audio. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Tuesday night on the HotBox. We're gonna get things started here with a little music and get right into the conversation because I want to, talking about our show production meeting always happens in the first few minutes of the meeting anyway. So let's just get it going. I just want to say thank you to Kevin McClinton
Thank you
and
before.
Darren McClinton for coming over and hanging out on a Tuesday night.
Oh, that's all. You don't need to
Is
thank
there-
us, man. This is every day.
Is this-
this is how we do.
Is there a better feeling than
It's good for
Tuesday
me to be
night?
back. I've been missing for a couple
jeez.
weeks.
you have been missing? We've been missing you. First of all, happy birthday goes out to the youngster
And me.
and you, which we missed both of them.
Yes.
Missed both of them.
But so excused absences all around, obviously, and important family time. Important family
Exactly.
time. I'm Ken Marangolo, and this is.
The hot box.
Now we're going to get right to the NBA stuff. This is First Amendment Sports' premier hardwood show. I want to say hardwood hustle. It is the hardwood
say
hot
that.
box,
You can say that.
but we talk about all things DC sports, and I want to say we have some cool announcements to make for not just the hot box, but for all our shows. But the hot box benefits. We got some new equipment. As many people may know, we're a lean operation down here in the basement, but we're going to get trained up on a few different things. We might be, the reason why I say that is we were talking before the show started about getting the camera angle right for the microphones and our faces.
Right.
Might be able to maybe potentially even get two cameras that we can switch between so that we can kind of get a better shot of us, and then be able to do some things outside of the basement, potentially on location. On an actual hardwood situation,
Okay.
which keep an eye out for that in the
good.
coming weeks.
The viewers need to see me at all angles.
Yeah, and they need to see you properly toweled up. And in that situation, I think you will be. This is like
I got y'all out there. I got you.
your first day back to work, so it's all
We'll
good.
excuse him today, man. He's
I want to say knock it off to James Harden with that food coloring that he keeps putting in his eye because I know he's fine. If I was him, if the fact that no one has yet thought to do that, I mean, he's wearing contacts. You could buy those at Spencer's. I saw them. They're like five packs for $10. and you're good
So
to
you
go.
think he's coloring his eyeball?
No, they make American flag ones, Captain America ones. They make Green Goblin ones.
that
He,
what
he
it
just
is?
he's yeah.
They've
he-
got a billboard with the red eye.
I'm gonna tell you right now, he's killing.
yes,
So
he's
whatever
killing
he's
it.
putting in his eye, he's absolutely killing right now.
He got the eye of the tiger.
Goodness gracious, man.
He looks fierce.
Yeah, he
He
does.
does.
He does. He's balling out, man. We'll talk about that.
Can I
Talk
just?
about that a little later.
You and I didn't watch basketball in the '60s and '70s like he did, and I just want to say, like, when I watch James Harden, I feel like sometimes it's like that old man game because of the beard, because he's got so much. He's almost top heavy with that beard, but the way he dribbles around on the outside, kind of looking for a shot for a solid 27, 28 seconds, looking for a shot.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the way he plays. I'm gonna say it
Opposing
right now.
defenses don't like it either.
I don't like it. That dude dribbles the ball for literally 20 seconds. 20 out of a 24-second shot clock. He
That's
dribbles
ridiculous.
it for 20 seconds.
It's like Marty Schottenheimer.
I just sit up there and I watch PJ Tucker, Eric Gordon, Chris Paul, and Capella watch him dribble the basketball. Now, with that being said, the dude can boogie. He can play. He can get to the basket. He shoots. He does whatever you want, but he sits there and he dribbles the air out of the ball for 20 seconds every single possession.
and he passes, and then they pass right back to him.
Right.
He doesn't score, and they had a stat about this earlier in the season. He does not score off an assist. He doesn't. He's either making the assist or he's making the play and he's generating the play and he's it's all going through him.
Oh, yeah.
It seems to
At least
work
he's
for
a guard.
D'Antoni.
It's effective because it's effective.
Yes, Juice. Houston. A lot of people are saying they have the formula to knock off Golden State. Now, last year, if Harden and the rest of the team didn't have an awful shooting night, they might have been able to do it last year without Chris Paul. This year they have Chris Paul, and Harden's playing again at an MVP level. I do not know if it's enough to knock off the Golden State Warriors.
They couldn't have played worse last night.
This is the only series that has gone as it's drawn up, as I like to say, where both teams hold court.
Mm-hmm.
Golden State won the first 2 games at home. Houston won the next 2 games at home. And if Golden State can keep home court advantage and not let Harden and the red eye take it away, they win in 7.
They got their shots. Golden State got their shots. They took a crap load of shots. And they're going to get them, and they missed Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. They just missed 10 more shots just while we were talking. It got bad for them. That's not going to be the case every night.
Houston is the only team in the league that can challenge Steph and Klay defensively.
But they were missing open
Because
shots.
no, I know, and that's because they're spending so much effort and so much energy on playing defense. Like they are looking for Steph Curry on defense. It's obvious what their game plan is. Anybody who Steph Curry is guarding, they are putting that guy in pick and roll. And they are forcing Steph to switch, because that's what Golden State does. Golden State switches on all their screens, and they're forcing Steph to play the ball handler.
But he didn't play. But Steph Curry didn't D up on James Harden until very late in the game last
No,
night
I
for the
know-
first time.
right, but-
And we were playing Houston. You only got to really D up one guy.
Right. That's true. No, that's not true. That's not true because
But you know what
Eric
I'm saying.
Gordon, they have guys that can make plays, and whoever Steph is guarding, they're going at him. That's why he's getting in foul trouble.
Yeah.
And I think that's really why he's also struggling with his shot, because he's exerting so much energy. And Klay too.
Yep.
Like Klay is guarding.
He's a good defender, though.
Clay's a good defender, but he's spending so much effort on guarding the ball.
Yep.
Whether or not it's Eric Gordon or whether or not it's James Harden at times.
What do you guys
whether
think
or
about
not
Durant
it's Chris
guarding?
Paul at times.
We talked about Durant stepping out on Harden in
And
the
see,
fourth
that's
quarter.
what I like, because at the end they put KD on him, and that might be something Steve Kerr does.
In the first
Steve
quarter?
Kerr may say, you know what, let's put because KD's 7 feet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so if you're going to shoot a step back jumper, it's a lot better to shoot it, if you're Golden State, it's a lot better to shoot it over a 7'7" wingspan or whatever KD has and make him take a tough shot.
Juice,
where you don't have
But
to
he can't
go,
get any fouls.
where you don't have to dig into him and you just put your hand up, because in that way it's going to be a lot harder for James Harden to be able to make those shots. But that's what I would do. I would just say, you know what, KD, go ahead and play.
But Livingston should be able to do the same thing.
He's not quick enough. He's
Yeah,
not quick
but he's
enough.
got the
Very
reach.
interesting that you say that, because we all know that the regular season and the playoffs are two totally different games. The game slows down in the playoffs. Each possession, there's more value put on each possession in the playoffs, and it's more important to get stops in the playoffs. So for Houston to change their game plan, it's a very effective game plan to go at Steph and go seek him on the defensive end, but you didn't see anybody really do that during the regular season. But now when it's butter popcorn time, it's now you're playing a little bit more chess.
Yeah.
And like you said, that seems to be the way to slow Steph down. If there is a way that you can slow him down with his offensive arsenal, that seems to be an effective way to slow him down.
But is D'Antoni really coaching? I mean,
you'd be surprised. There's
out coaching.
There's some rhyme. There's some reason to his rhyme. I don't know if that's a saying, but yes, he is coaching.
Is he
in
out?
these,
Is he out coaching?
Okay, Houston's going to play how they play.
Yeah.
Golden State is going to play how they play, but you've got to tweak some things and you've got to attack some areas that can. You got 7 games to get it done and move on to the next round. And if you pull some tricks out of your hat to do that, coaches are going to do it. You know,
I don't think coaching comes a lot into play here.
Yeah, that's what kind of
Because
my
at the
point
end of
was.
the day-
No, I don't think D'Antoni's a good coach.
At the end of the day, if you have better players, you have better players. I mean, Golden State and Houston, there are a lot of guys out there that can play basketball. They don't need necessarily coaching. All you need to do is manage your bench,
Yep.
manage minutes.
A shorter
as
bench
coach,
too, right?
and then that's the way you coach, because X's and O's get thrown out the window, because you have Kevin Durant, you have Steph Curry, you have Klay Thompson, you have James Harden, you have Chris Paul, you have Eric Gordon. Like, you have great players out there that don't need to be told where to go and what to do. They just play. It's a feel. You play the game how it's being played.
you can coach a game plan.
You can
though.
play. You can coach
Not
a
really
game plan,
X and O each.
but you're not coaching like you're not putting. Okay, this is the shot we're going to get in this situation. No, the ball is going to go in the best player's hands, and at the end of the day, you pray and hope that guy makes a play for you. And that's really what it comes down to.
Can I ask you guys this? Because I want to put a pin in the Golden State Houston discussion, because I want to come back to it and really go out on that on a positive note, because it is the shining star right now for the NBA in this play. Right, that's the series, right? That's what it's got to be. I want to ask you guys your take on this one thing. I'm watching the game last night, and you know how you guys think I overvalue Draymond Green. Maybe that's true. I just think the world of him. I think he's a top 5-ish
And that's
type
where
player.
we disagree.
I
Go
know.
ahead.
Even the top 10. Would you even give me that
Top 10 player in the league.
in the league?
You want me to give you that?
I'll stake my claim on him being a top 10 player in the league.
Right.
But I wanted to ask you guys because
value.
that's not my question. That's not my question.
No,
Don't even
because
try
you-
to chop it
no,
up.
because you have to. If you're talking about value
Okay.
to your team,
Yep.
yes. If you're talking about talent,
Even on one of the best teams
No.
ever. I mean, what he
no,
does for the
what
Warriors.
what Draymond does for the Warriors is invaluable.
And so I want to ask you this, because one thing I saw him doing last night in that game, and I know he's something that he's good at doing, and he does it a lot, and he's done it all the way back since his Big Ten days. If he got that rebound and was able to turn, if he got the ball in his hands and was able to turn and look up without someone in his face, he went coast to coast. And and maybe I just had too many whiskeys for some of the other games when I was
Maybe.
watching, but I thought he did it more last night than he has in that I could remember. And it just literally rebounding, turning, racing up the floor. Now I know Golden State likes to get those shots, but is that something that Kerr's looking for Draymond? Kerr's looking for, or is that just Draymond finding it?
What he did yesterday, he's being very aggressive.
Yeah.
He's being very I saw 2 or 3 times he took the ball, the full way and scored. He's being very aggressive because he knows Klay's struggling.
Yeah.
He knows Steph has been struggling with his shot. He knows KD needs help. So
Yeah, that's
he's
what I'm
trying-
asking you. What's
yeah.
behind that?
So I think he's trying to find a way to create some kind of something for his team. And, he did that. I mean, Draymond's going to get you, he'll get you, on a good night, he'll get you 14, 15. He'll get you 8 assists. He'll get you 8, 9
He'll
boards.
get you a
or
triple
whatever.
double.
He'll get you a triple double. But the thing about it is, you can't really count on that. Like, you can't count on Draymond scoring on a consistent basis, and you don't want that because that's not really what you're looking for.
I give Draymond Green. I'm always giving him a hard time, and guys that really call him like a top whatever
A top 10 player. Top 10 player. He's a top 10
I
player
beg
in
to
this league.
differ, but I give him a lot of credit. He's a winner. He's
both sides.
He's a key component in the formula for winning.
Yeah.
And like you said, he'll do what it takes, or what he thinks it takes for his team to win. If he sees his teammates struggling, like you said, maybe it's time for me to step up on the offensive end. If he sees his teammates hot, which he sees all the time,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I find them.
Right.
I'm gonna make sure I make that solid screen to get him open. He doesn't have it doesn't seem to have an ego when he's on the court. What he's demanding in contract is something different, but on that court, he does not seem to have an ego, and that is needed in today's game, where it's a game of superstars. Right. It's a game of egos. It's a game of, he's key to continuity on a team, and that's backing your point that he is very, very valuable.
If he doesn't sign with the Warriors, he signs with the.
Jeez.
If he signs with the. It's easy answer. The Los Angeles Lakers. He's going to LA. If he does not stay with Golden State, he's playing with LeBron. That's his boy.
No, I think he'll go to the other LA team.
You think he'll go Clip style? Because Klay Thompson has said he's going to Clippers if they don't sign him.
I think
Clippers can't get him both.
Doc Rivers. If you're looking at a coach that could bring the most out of Draymond, because I think Draymond is a system guy. I think Draymond has to be with the Warriors.
And Draymond needs to be around shooters. He's a non-shooter.
He's a Team USA guy.
Right, he is a Team
As
USA
is
guy.
his boy.
But I think he has to
LBJ.
be around. He's a system guy.
There's your coup of the summer. You heard it here first.
We'll
If Golden State screws the pooch and doesn't bring back Draymond, he's the first guy to join the LeBron train in LA and wear a Lakers jersey
They
next
don't
year.
have any shooters.
Let's talk for
What's
one
your,
point.
What's your
what's
prediction? What's your
another?
prediction of this series?
Hold on.
Golden State,
We're
Houston?
gonna come back.
Golden
We're gonna. Let's finish up with that.
Okay,
Let's finish
okay,
up with
okay,
that.
okay,
But
okay.
because I want to only do like 2.4 seconds on Philadelphia, Toronto, which is a trash series at this point in time, based on the egg that Philadelphia laid tonight against Toronto. We got an elimination game coming up in Game 6, and there's no reason to believe at this point in time that Kawhi Leonard is not going to figure out a way to win that Game 6.
I am shocked at Philly letting the last game get away. Going into it, nobody thought that Siakam, who's a very vital part to their team and a very key piece to Toronto, especially since Kyle Lowry hasn't been playing well and does not seem to play well in the playoffs.
He needs to knock it off in the playoffs.
Oh my goodness! So where is
Especially against the
can
Wizards.
anybody find Kyle Lowry? As soon as you turn the lights on and you pop the butter popcorn. So and I was thinking it was going to be 3-1 Philly because Siakam wasn't playing. So Siakam plays, does not play well on the offensive end. His presence that goes without saying. His effort on the defensive end, yes, that gives them a boost, but he did not have a particularly good game. And Philly let that game get away on their home court when it could have been 3-1 and really putting Toronto behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
When you let Toronto win, I'm not saying you let because Kawhi had 39 and 14, but when you allowed that game to slip away,
Yep.
when you had a hold on that series, or you could have put a chokehold on that
At home.
series, that did it for them.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in them not holding court.
I'm disappointed in Joel Embiid, and and the thing about it is,
That's a knock it off.
Embiid talks a lot.
Yes, he
You
does.
know what I mean? And he said it that He thinks they have the goods to get to the finals, and he said that after they won their first round matchup, and he's the guy that's hurting them. I don't know if he's not in shape. I don't know what the deal is, but there's always something with him to where he's not physically able to answer the bell. And
He
he's
needs
not
to lose about
physically
40 pounds.
And he's not at that level. You know what I mean? And they need him because Philly, the way they're constructed right now, they need Joel Embiid to be able to step up and play like the all-star that he is, and he's
Yes.
not doing it. And that's what's killing him. You know, Tobias Harris and Jimmy Butler and those guys are going to give you points, are going to give you what they give you. Ben Simmons is going to give you what they give you, but Joel Embiid is the key to that team.
Yes, he
and,
is.
you know, for him to score, 8 points, 9 points in game 4, and then to come, I don't know what he did tonight, but obviously it wasn't enough.
He's not healthy. Either,
And-
Juice.
yeah,
He's
and
not
that's
healthy.
the thing about it. That's been his MO. He's never been healthy. And, you know, if you're going to talk the talk, then you got to walk the walk. You can't sit up there and say you're going to get here, you're going to be the team that's going to represent the East as the face of that team, and then you don't show up. You know what I mean? If you look at every single team in these playoffs, the face of the team has shown up and played. They've put their stamp on the game, and Joel Embiid is the one guy that hasn't done that. And I don't know really what to make of that, but if you're gonna be that guy, then be that guy. And he's not being that guy right now, and I think that's what's hurting them right now. They're gonna lose in 6. I think Toronto's gonna beat Philly.
I got Toronto in 6. What do you got?
Close them out.
I think it'll go 7. I don't have Philly laying another goose egg at home. I think they're gonna come out guns blazing in Game 6. But to your point, Juice, how important the playoffs are. You see a guy like Ben Simmons' numbers going down. He's averaging about 10, 7, and 5 right now. Teams are concentrating on getting a stop or maybe backing off him, and he's not able to get his stuff in transition like during the regular season. So when your superstar, one of your superstars is being controlled, your other unstoppable superstar has to step up. And
Yep.
and Embiid, you know, they say one of your best abilities is your availability. And he's not available like he should be. He's playing injured. And even a 80% Embiid still gives you 28 and 14, you know, and 3 or 4 blocks. So
Not doing that.
he's not doing that. He's not doing that. And they need him desperately.
Well, while we talk about, let's go to the dude who is putting up those numbers in the other Eastern Conference.
Yeah, let's talk about Milwaukee, Boston. The series is 3-1. The Bucks took down another game last night with my boy Giannis Antetokounmpo. He is all of it. He was compared, I believe, by Webb last night to Wilt.
Connie
And
Hawkins.
I've never seen anything like this kid. And
he's revolutionary. I don't think I was even early to the game.
He's
He
MVP?
He's revolutionary. Well, you know how I feel about it.
I mean,
I think he's
it's
MVP.
it's really amazing watching him play.
Should have been the MVP last year.
It's amazing watching him play basketball because you know what he's doing. You know where he's going. You know where his bread is buttered, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Nothing.
There's nothing you can do. It doesn't matter who you put on him. Like Boston had a great game playing game 1 where they collapsed, they shrunk the court. Every time he got on the break and he was coming downhill, they had 4 guys there waiting for him. And they allowed and they focused on getting other people to knock shots down, and they didn't do it. But they adjusted. And Giannis always finds a way to get himself in a position to where he is going to kill you.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Whether or not he's coming down on the break as a point guard, whether or not he's posting you up, whether or not he's got the ball on the wing. There's so many different ways and areas that he attacks you, and you don't know where it's coming from.
He can score in the paint as a guard, like in a guard fashion.
Right, but it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. You can bank on the fact that he's coming at you hard, and there's nothing Boston can do. It doesn't matter who
so
they
good.
put on him. It doesn't matter what they do. they don't have a player on their team that's as good as that kid, and there's nothing that they can do about it.
He should have punched Al Horford in the face at least once, and the fact that he didn't, I don't know if it just speaks to a new age of these.
I mean, Chris
millennial
Middleton
athletes.
shot 4 for 19.
Yeah. By the way, Bledsoe's my boy. That edition when they brought him in, which I believe it was a midseason trade that brought Bledsoe to Milwaukee, if I'm remembering correctly, and I could be wrong.
Right.
I think there was a midseason deal, and now he's been extended, and now he's part of that. I love him.
He attacks the rim. He's
so
strong.
good.
He's so explosive. He's so athletic.
Yes.
He attacks the rim, and the fact that Milwaukee spreads the court so well, because they've got shooters all around, that leaves the lanes for Giannis and Bledsoe to get to the rack.
Yep.
Do you know what the best trade was?
For Milwaukee?
No, the best trade. Period. And people won't see this.
Mirotic?
Mirotic,
course.
yeah.
He was the best trade. Like, you can look at different trades, but Mirotic was the best trade because
What did they give up for him?
I don't know. I don't know what they got. I don't know what they
Because
gave
he's young
up for him,
too,
but
right?
He can flat out shoot the
Maybe
basketball.
Trayvon Duval or somebody.
And that trade right there, when they made that trade for him, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Another floor stretcher.
Yes.
Another lethal
You know what
shooter.
I mean? Like that right there, that trade was an under the radar trade. But anybody who knows basketball
Jason
will say
Smith,
that was a great
Stanley Johnson, and
four
four
second-round picks for-
second-round picks for Nikola
that is
Mirotic.
a great pickup for Milwaukee.
Yeah.
That's a great pickup. Charles
4
Barkley said he
second-round
thinks they're going
picks.
to win it. Darren McClinton has said he thinks Milwaukee's going to win it. I can't say that they won't.
I've even
really
said
can't.
I wanna
Milwaukee
see it.
is not going 6 games until they get to the finals.
I want to
People
see
think I'm
Milwaukee.
crazy.
I want to see what Golden State does against Milwaukee. Golden State needs to show up. We can get back to Golden State.
one
Boston
more
can
series.
Boston can suck it hard.
The thing about Boston, let's
They
talk
can
about
suck it
Boston
hard.
real quick.
Kyrie's gone. He's
Kyrie's
going to LA.
trying. Kyrie he's trying. They just don't have enough, man. They don't have enough.
They don't have enough talent.
And I'm gonna tell you
What is it they don't have enough?
They
of?
don't have enough. They don't have enough. They don't have enough to be able to counter what Greek Freak is doing. I'm gonna tell you the most disappointing thing about Boston is Jason Tatum. Like, Jason Tatum's playing well, but I was expecting Jason Tatum, and maybe it's a Kyrie effect to the point where Jason Tatum and even guys like Rozier
Yeah.
and guys like that who haven't been able to really get off because it's Kyrie's team. And for everything that Boston showed last year without Kyrie, Tatum grew up, Jaylen Brown grew up, except for that last game. Rozier, Horford, all those guys played extremely well. And this year, you could tell it's Kyrie's team, and those guys have just kind of faded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Smart.
It's like on Avengers where you see the guys just like they're just the dust, they just kind of go away.
But no
On
spoilers.
Avengers.
I've only
I'm
seen,
about to talk about that at the end too. The Avengers.
I haven't
You
seen
haven't
the game
seen
yet.
it?
Yeah.
What
No.
about Life?
Okay, I won't say
When they just disappear.
when they just disappear.
That's what I thought. That's the second Life reference we've had in the last 6 months, and I love it. Let's
But,
move on. Let's
but
talk about
anyway.
the other Western
Gold mouth.
Conference series.
Yeah,
That's
Chicago.
being played right now. Portland and Denver tied at 2. They're back in Denver for Game 5.
Might be the best series.
Yeah, but not the best, not the most. Listen,
Not the most marketed one.
you know how
the
I
two
love.
teams that
You know how I feel about
there are
Dame
two
Lillard.
teams that not a lot of people. They don't have a. they
Who is
don't
the
have a big-
best
Only
player
one
in
at this
series?
table. Only one at this table who
Who's
put
the best
Dame
player in
Lillard
Western?
on his first
Who's
team
the best
on
player in
NBA.
this series?
Jokic.
Dame Lillard.
Jokic.
Lillard.
Jokic is the best player in this series.
I think
Now-
it's Dame. All day it's Dame. How am I
Can
getting?
you play spades?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Jokic is the little.
Oh wait,
joker.
sorry.
He's
That's
the-
a wrong
he's
answer.
The little joker
No, I've never
in this
played
series.
before.
Dame Dollar is the big joker. He's the best player in this
No,
series.
he's not.
Yes, he is,
No,
dude.
he's
Now,
not.
come on.
No,
man.
he's not.
Is Jokic going to be a first team All NBAer at the center?
Never.
He's the best center in the league.
Okay, so is he going to be first team?
He's probably not going
right?
to because
Embiid
they
will
don't
get
do
it?
they don't do centers. They do 5 players.
I think they do
centers.
position. They don't do it for All Star, but I think they do have a center, 2 forwards, and 2
I don't
guards.
think- are you
I think-
sure?
Yes, for All NBA. Yes.
Well, then Jokic needs to be the best. He's the center.
Okay. Now
He's not, Dame is not
Dame
getting point
Lillard
guard.
is a
He's not
first
getting
team
point
All
guard.
AD gets
NBA
listed as a
right
center
now.
a lot.
He's not going to be first team All NBA this year.
Dame Lillard?
He's having a better
No.
year this year than he did last year.
He should be first team All NBA.
He's not going to get over Steph.
I think he should be first team All NBA.
He's not going to get over Steph.
And I said it before
And
the season started.
What position do you put Harden as? Harden a pointer or two?
No, they just go two
It's
guards.
two guards.
Two forwards.
Okay, so
me,
it's
it's
going to be
Lil-
Harden and
Lillard.
Steph.
I think Lillard's getting
It's going to be
over Steph.
Harden and Steph. It's going to be Harden and Steph. Harden, Steph,
What's the difference?
Harden, Steph, KD,
Paul George.
Giannis, and
Oh, Giannis.
and
Yeah,
Jokic.
Paul George is second team. Yes.
Jokic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are your five.
getting him in-
If you go by
you're killing
position,
Jokic.
it's going to be those five.
Okay. Now,
Didn't AD log a lot of center minutes though?
Yeah, but AD didn't
I
do that.
have-
AD didn't.
I have Portland coming out of this series because of the backcourt, and Jamal Murray has shown me a lot. I really liked him at Kentucky. I did not know he was going to be this good this early, but Vanderpool, who's coaching Portland,
Friend of the show.
he told me after he coached Team Canada in the summer, he said Jamal Murray is the truth. I remember that, and he's definitely showing it.
Oh yes,
But
he is.
that combination of Lillard and McCollum, I think, gets them out of this series.
I don't know, man.
Even with the loss of Nurkic, that was big. Cantor has stepped up, but Derek Hood is really playing.
Yeah, but it's Ramadan, dude. Cantor's he's up against it.
Oh.
He's got to fast,
Yes,
and he
he
can't
does.
eat, and so the whole he reached out to Hakeem Olajuwon to get some
That's
advice on how to do it.
immediate minute restriction.
Ramadan is no joke if you're trying to be an NBA player in the playoffs.
Look at Jokic. Look at Jokic.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Come on,
he looks like
man.
Big Country.
Hey, come
Looks
on.
like Bryant Reeves.
So I mean, I think and
With talent.
I'm hoping Portland wins because I want Dave to win. Vanderpool. I
Yeah,
want
me
him
too,
to win.
man.
But I just don't know if right now it's best of three and Denver's got 2 home games.
You're
And
right.
and I think that's really kind of what it comes down to.
I love the
There's
Pepsi
not a
Center.
lot of
Have you been
games.
there before?
No, I've never been there.
Been
before.
out there. First of all, now it's an awesome place. It's right. It's not too far from lower downtown. Denver's like a really cool city. I know we have just like millions of Denver fans who watch our show every week. We appreciate all you guys tuning in from day one when your team's playing. Pepsi Center is a fun place. First of all, they legalized everything in Denver. There's a measure right now in Denver. They're trying to legalize mushrooms. It was on CNN today. Denver is no joke. You're gonna have some fun in Denver.
Okay.
But the Pepsi Center is a good time. I've been there for a hockey game. I've been there for a basketball game. I saw JaVale McGee doing his thing for the Nuggets when he was a Nugget. I love. They're good fans. Denver fans are good fans. So I don't root
Denver
against them.
fans have a lot to be excited about.
Yes, they
This
do.
Young team.
Yes, they
they're
do.
very exciting to watch, and they're going to be together for a
And
while.
they don't even have their first round pick from this.
They're
past
not
year.
beating Portland in this series.
They don't even have Michael Porter.
They
Who
have
I'm-
a
who you
lot
know I
to be
love.
excited
I
about.
mean, if
Kev.
They gave him the year
if
off.
They get him back.
They Carson Palmer. They Pat Mahomes
If
him.
they get him back,
He's talented.
he's very talented. I think I don't know if we're going to talk about this now, but I
Sounds
think
like we
I
are.
think Golden State comes out. I think
Yeah, let's go. Let's do that.
Denver comes out. I think
That's a weird finals. West Conference
Milwaukee
Finals.
comes out, and I think Toronto comes out. And I
So wait,
think
Toronto, Milwaukee,
Toronto, Milwaukee, Golden State,
Denver, Golden State. That would be a total transition year for the NBA. You talk about leagues. You guys know this too. You guys watch more sports than just basketball, just like everybody else. You're used to seeing certain teams in the playoffs in certain leagues. You're used to seeing the New England Patriots make it through. You're used to even seeing teams like, for example, the Broncos or the Chiefs. Or the Eagles lately, or in football and some of these other sports. If you see a Denver, Golden State, Toronto, Milwaukee, that's game changer for the NBA. It would be huge
But
for the
funny
NBA.
thing, the funny thing about it, and it's all about matchups. But if Golden State plays Denver, I think Golden State beats them in 5. If Golden State plays Portland, I think it's a lot harder series for Golden State. And it all comes down to matchups. It really comes down to matchups. You know what I mean? So even though I think Denver's going to come out of this series,
Is Kevin Duckworth still playing for Portland? They could use a little bit of meat downstairs.
it's Jokic. So
Hit-
Rod Strickland. I love the old Portland Trailblazers.
I know.
Old school. Grant played for them for a long time.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's what I got, man.
all right,
That's my-
who's your 4? Who's your final 4?
I've
I
got
got an awesome.
I've got
something for you
Golden
guys.
State playing Portland
Mm-hmm.
in the Western Conference Finals. I've got Milwaukee playing Toronto in the Eastern Conference Finals. I've got Milwaukee beating Toronto in 5 games or less.
Okay.
I've got
Wow.
Golden State and Portland going at least 6 games with Golden State prevailing. It's going to be a tough series, like you said. And then, so in the finals, I have Milwaukee beating Golden State.
In. That's got to be 7.
6.
6?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Well, I'm with him all the way until the very, very last thing you just said. I think Golden State takes Milwaukee down.
Now
seven.
here's something. I'm going to say this.
They'll be the home team, right? Golden State's the home team. Game 7's in
Milwaukee's
Oakland.
Milwaukee.
They're the one
has
seed?
the best
Oh.
record in.
All right,
in
I still
all
got Golden State in
basketball.
7.
So
I just don't think Milwaukee's good. Thing about them is they haven't been there. They haven't been there.
But they have a
And-
player who's
and
good
I'm okay
enough.
with that.
And Golden State has more better players
Yeah.
than Milwaukee.
I'm okay with that. What
Like Milwaukee, the Golden State is the only team that from a athletic, from a skill,
Milwaukee can
posi-
run.
no, I know that, but
Yeah.
I'm saying they have somebody that can match up with the freak
Who?
because they have their own freak. And
Draymond?
KD.
I think they're putting Draymond on.
And no, I
on
mean, and
him.
I'm not talking about matchup like player to player. I'm talking about like matching up against each other.
Okay.
I'm talking about the fact that Golden State has probably the best offensive player in the league.
Yep.
They have the
Okay.
best shooter in the league.
Yep.
They have probably the second or third best shooter in the league.
And one of the
They
best
have
defenders
three-
in the league.
Yes. So Milwaukee's got to counter that. You know
But they
what I mean?
can.
So here's
They-
my
I mean,
here's
we'll
my
see.
thing, Juice.
We'll
Here's
see.
my thing.
We'll see.
I've been watching Golden State play, and I'm looking at the heavy minutes that the starters are logging. Quinn Cook hasn't played. I don't know if he's played a minute yet. Jerebko, McKinney's playing very sparingly. Looney's giving you the most minutes off the bench, and that's maybe 10. You know what I mean? So they're going with that. What do they call that lineup? The
Hampton. The Golden State is the
Hamptons,
yeah.
Hamptons.
Hampton
Yeah.
Five.
So where Iguodala, Draymond, they're playing Draymond at the 5, and all of those guys are playing 40+ minutes. They didn't do it all year long. They didn't have to. You had Sean Livingston's playing very sparingly, and I think Milwaukee with Giannis and with the amount of pressure that Bledsoe puts on you defensively, he puts you in foul trouble. He can't shoot yet. That's the next step in his career.
Yet. How long
That's
he
a-
been in the league? What do you mean he can't shoot yet?
He cannot shoot the ball right now. Is what I'm saying. That's the next progression in his development,
mean
right?
yet?
It's
I
the next
mean
step in his
yet,
development. So
That's
You
the next step
give
of my
him- you
development
give
too,
him
by
the
the
jump
way.
shot.
If I could
He's
shoot,
done
I'd be
it in
great.
years.
But I'll be working on it.
and Juice, just like you said before, you know what's coming. He scores 18 points a night in the paint.
Who?
Giannis.
Yeah,
he does.
He's still coming at you. So he forces the contact. When he brings that Euro step across your face, and when he goes hard one way and spins, he's got long strides. He spin. He's already at the rim.
Yep.
When he ISOs and he posts you up at the elbow, his rip through one dribble,
But
he's
Boston.
at the
But
rim.
here's the deal. This is what I said this at the beginning. Boston doesn't have enough to keep up with them from a scoring standpoint. Golden State does. Golden State, if you
But
want
did
to
you
play
see how
that way,
Jalen Brown's
they'll
in
play
foul
that.
trouble? Olayeti, whatever his name is in foul trouble.
I get
Al
that.
Horford,
I
foul
totally
trouble.
understand that. I totally
so
understand
what do
that.
you do when
You
Draymond
outscore-
or KD or Iguodala, whoever's they
I
have
get-
guarding him,
I understand what
gets
you're
two
saying.
quick ones?
I understand
what
what
do
you're saying. You may let him get his, but at the end of the day, Golden State is going to outscore you. They are going to find a way to outscore you because they have every single weapon at every single position.
Now,
And that's how they play. That's exactly how they
Yep.
play. So
mind you,
we'll see.
Mind you,
Quite the luxury.
Milwaukee had the number 1 ranked offensive team in the league and the number 2 ranked defensive team in the league.
Yeah.
So these guys are locking up too. And by the time Golden State or whoever from the West plays Milwaukee, my guy will be back.
Okay, we'll see.
The ACC Defensive Player of the Year, Malcolm
I
Brogdon, he'll
got-
be back. It's another perimeter.
Draymond
strap.
Green, MVP of the finals. You heard
There
it
you
here
go.
first.
All right.
Let me ask
All
you
right,
guys
let's get
something.
off.
Let me ask you guys something.
What's up?
An easier way back into it. Give me your 5. Just
Mm-hmm.
an easier way back into it. Because inspired by Kevin Ricca, who picked some songs out for us tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5 Temptation songs,
Oh
of which there were some already on this playlist, and there's a lot to choose from. But let's come up with 5, and we're gonna do this in draft fashion. And Juice
Top
is gonna
5 Temptation songs.
yeah, Juice, you get to go first, which means you get to decide whether they have multiple eras. They're still playing. I think they're still actually creating songs. What do you got?
It's a Christmas song. That's the best one.
Yeah.
All right, so that's number 1, and it is by far that. You know
Silent
what?
Night?
You made it
Silent
happen.
Night, that's
Silent-
the best one.
Dude, that's why I give this show the hard questions, because that is the best Temptation song.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go number 2 and say Ball of Confusion, because I can't stop listening to it. Right? For whatever reason, it's in my head. It's all I can sing lately. So I'm sorry.
September.
September.
I just realized. You know, I'll tell you what. We could. Do you want to go last? Or you want to go next?
Yeah, let me go last.
All right, so we'll snake it back. I apologize. You're going to get the extra pick in the next one. I'm going to say I Just Wish It Would Rain, because that to me, I
That's
think
the
that's
one I
awesome.
would. Damn it.
Is it? Was it really?
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
exactly what I was gonna say.
I-
Oh my
because
god.
that is an
man.
amazing song.
I can't think of another one.
I mean, you can go old school. You can go, the bubblegum stuff on the early side. You can
Oh
go the
my
more
God.
trippy stuff on the later side.
Damn.
Is My Girl? That's 4 top. Is My Girl 4 top?
My
or
girl.
Temptation?
No, that's not. I don't
That's
think
4
that's Temptation.
tops.
That's 4 tops.
I think that's 4 tops. I know those.
I don't
I
think
always
that's
get those
Temptation.
those
That's not
guys.
Temptation.
Some of their top hits.
I gotta think about that one, man. Y'all got.
All right, I'll tell you what. I had another idea for you guys, because when I was watching the earlier game before y'all got here, there was just some terrible commercial. I don't know if it was a Kyrie commercial, or if it was some other guard, and it wasn't Lillard, because I know if Lillard, the Dame commercial right now is he's doing the Hulu commercial.
Tattoo.
Yeah, the Hulu's
Right.
got free sports.
Right.
But
So is Giannis. Giannis is doing that too.
he's doing the Hulu one also. Good, get some money.
Hulu's got live sports.
They got some serious Hulu. See, right? It's working. When I saw that commercial, I was like, "That's the smartest thing I've ever seen in my life."
got
Because
live
now I know who. Because every single person who's ever thought about cutting the cord,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, but if I cut the cord, where am I watching sports?
Right.
So that's like the best campaign ever. All right, top 5 NBA player themed commercials, and we can go all the way back in time. Because there's been, and my problem is, guys, the commercials now, they're terrible. The commercials used to be great.
Top 5 player theme commercials.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna take the easy pickings, because I'm
Go
only
ahead.
gonna
What you
pick
got?
once, and then you guys can each have 2 picks on this, and,
Okay.
and I'll celebrity pick if you want me to. But I'm just gonna go straight to the heart of everything. Spike Lee, got to be the shoes.
Damn, I was. God.
It's easy pickings.
That's
All right.
that's the easiest.
But that's when that was
Okay.
a great commercial, and it was awesome, and it all
That's a
stands
great
out.
one. That's a great one.
But the
I got
NBA.
2.
All right, come on, give us one.
Little Penny.
Yes, those were great commercials.
Little Penny.
He's this
and,
little guy, Little Penny.
And the Fun Police. You remember the Fun
Who,
Police?
and who played Little Penny?
Little Penny was Chris Rock.
Chris
right?
Rock,
Right.
sure was.
And the Fun Police. Remember when it was Garnett, it was Gary Payton. You don't remember the Fun Police?
I remember the Fun Police.
You remember that?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
But-
Google it.
But
YouTube
Little
it, I
Penny
mean.
was so much was an amazing campaign.
Yeah.
It was funny. It was awesome. This is a little Penny. It's this little guy.
There was a Fun Police episode where the kid he had a mental block. He couldn't pass the ball. He couldn't. He just held on to the ball, and his mom was in the living room saying, "Just pass the ball, Tommy. Pass the ball."
Right, yeah,
And then the Fun Police bust in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna the Larry Bird Michael Jordan game of horse.
McDonald's.
For McDonald's
Oh yeah.
Nothing but net.
was a real good one.
Oh yeah.
That's a number one.
That was a really good
It's a
one.
solid. It's a starter. We
Um.
can honorable mention Grandmama.
Oh,
'cause-
absolutely.
Just because Larry was the Charlotte Hornets. Who cared about the Charlotte Hornets? And all of a sudden you saw Grandma Mine.
I got a
I'm gonna watch
corny
Charlotte
one. I
Hornets.
got a real corny one.
All right, what do you got?
Kareem with the LA Gears. He was in the locker room.
See, I don't even.
It's just you and your shoes, and he tapped those ugly LA Gear shoes.
Remember that, man.
Terrible. You don't remember that?
Commercials, yo.
It was corny, but that's Kareem.
Yep.
That's Kareem.
Boring and terrible. I can't think of. I'm having a hard time. I mean, there was obviously some other Nike ones over the years that were like Space Jammy, but I mean, Be Like Mike for Gatorade. I had written down, but it's kind of corny. That's also a little bit corny. But who Like
Mike has a
Magic
McDonald's.
Johnson, the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird Converse.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
remember when they pulled up? This is for the previous.
remember the
MV
rap?
huh?
Remember the rap with they had Mark Aguirre on there. They had Isaiah on there.
Bad Boys?
Yeah.
Larry Bird can't rap either. He can't.
No, he cannot rap.
This is to the MVP.
I got another honorable mention one for the Dream Team Olympics 2 Olympics ago.
Uh-huh.
They did a commercial, and you guys know how I feel. The greatest anthem ever sung in the history of professional sports was Marvin Gaye, 1983 NBA All-Star Game. That's how I feel. I think it's the right answer. They had put a commercial to
Marvin
it.
Gaye was what? Greatest what?
Greatest
The national anthem.
Star Spangled Banner of all time.
No way.
1983 NBA All-Star Game.
Are
way.
you kidding me?
Dude, you got who's better?
you got, Ray Charles?
Whitney.
No, she's better than Whitney. Dude.
Whitney, are you? Wait a minute. Whoa,
Ray,
whoa,
hold
whoa,
on.
whoa, whoa,
what about
whoa.
Ray Charles before the Sugar Ray Duran fight?
Whoa.
Dude, are you familiar? You're
Whitney
talking.
is the best of all time.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
I'm number
the Super Bowl? Whitney Houston? Are you crazy? Man, come
Top
on,
three.
man. No, top one.
I'd say it's
The
number two.
Forum.
Whitney's the best of all time, man.
The All-Star game, Marvin Gaye
And I'm
at
not
the
and I'm
Forum.
not down that. But he is not
1983.
He is not better than Whitney Houston.
Yeah,
you
well,
crazy,
I think
man.
it is. I listen to it
Come
all
on,
the time.
man. Whitney's the best singer of all time.
That's one of my hype
Y'all
songs.
listeners out
That's my
there,
hype song.
I'd like to hear.
Huh?
I'd
That's
like
one
to
of
hear
my
y'all
hype
feedback
songs.
on
I get
this.
hype for that.
Juice is
Whitney?
crazy.
No, Marvin.
Marvin Gaye. And I'm not
Yeah.
down that. I'm not down
It's
that. Marvin
Marvin
Gaye
hands
was
down.
awesome. Marvin Gaye was awesome. But Whitney Houston is the best singer of all time. She is number one, hands down.
I'd like to hear what
Hands
y'all have
down.
to say out there.
Yeah,
Hands
that's
down.
one we're gonna have to. That's what I love
Come
about
on,
it.
man. Come on, man. Come on. And
Let's
I'm not,
start-
and I'm not
Let's
taking
start
nothing. And I'm
this
not
question.
taking nothing away
Let's
from
start
Marvin
this question
Gaye.
online too.
I'm
The
not
best-
taking nothing
yes,
away from
yes,
Marvin
yes,
Gaye.
yes. Oh,
But
I
if
know, I
Whitney
know.
Houston and Marvin Gaye, come on, man.
But it's not just him singing. Are you familiar with this? With it? I mean,
Yes,
okay, just
yes,
making sure. Okay,
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
just like doing like a traditional
Right.
Oh
rendition
my
of it.
goodness!
Right.
And the
No,
crowd gets
sunglasses
into it.
on.
And there's
Right,
a
he
bunch
did.
of dudes
He
in
was hot.
short shorts, which, by the way, James Harden should be required to wear
hot,
short
man.
shorts with the way he plays basketball
Old school.
and Chucks.
And that was right before he got killed, man. That was like, well, how long ago was that before he got?
It wasn't. It was
That
83.
wasn't too. That was eight. Yeah, it was 83 when he did that. He got
Yeah.
killed when?
I want to say 85, but I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head.
Man, you crazy, Whitney.
Cut off his mic.
Daggone Whitney Houston, boy. I'm
off
trying to
his
tell
mic.
Hey,
you, Slim.
we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We will be here.
Hold on. Go see Endgame.
Mhm.
Go see
No
Endgame.
spoilers.
And I'm not even an Avengers fan like that. I'm not. I saw Infinity War and I saw
Oh.
Endgame. Go see Endgame. That daggone Thanos, man.
All right, dude. But let
I'm
me
just
tell you
letting
what
you
to
know.
do. Let me tell you what to do.
Thanos.
And all
I'm
all
telling
you guys who
you.
think
I'm
it's
telling
good,
you.
there's a.
I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody.
Don't spoil it. Don't do it because I'm gonna see it with my
A
son.
daggone Thanos.
Because what you need to do is you need to download. There's an order of the movies to watch them in. There's like 20 movies.
Go see Endgame.
Endgame's the end of them. You got to watch all other 19 in the right order.
I
and
don't
get
need
you
to see
ready.
all. Listen.
Oh, dude, Captain
listen.
America is the
Captain
best.
America, Thor, all that stuff. Great. I get that.
All of
At the end of the day, as long as you get to where you got to go.
All right.
Thanos.
Hey, Thanos
Yeah.
is a
have
sponsor.
no clue.
I ain't
Brought
never-
to you by
I've
Thanos.
never seen anything like him.
He's
never.
Kevin McClinton.
Thanos. Appreciate it.
He has like that Shane Battier brain on the outside of
Yeah.
your head thing going
And
on.
what's all this right here with the chin with Thanos?
I don't know.
get-
I don't
what's that?
know.
It looks like I don't
That's
know
like
what that is.
Shaggy.
I don't know what all that is, man. That looked terrible. But the dude is ruthless. He's
Froghorn, how you feeling? You feeling good?
Thank you for letting me get some things
Yeah.
off my chest and give you my
been a
predictions
minute,
of this
huh?
playoff.
Yeah.
I have two things I must admit.
Uh-huh.
I have no clue what you're talking about with this movie, and I've never seen.
He's done that
you
to me
guys,
before, too. You've
I've
done that to me
never
before.
seen an episode of Game of Thrones. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay, that's a
I've never have either.
mistake.
Never
and that's a
single
McClinton thing because
episode.
I've never seen it. I
But
don't
you're
know-
gonna see him.
I don't know what that means.
You're
I
not
don't know what
going-
I don't do Game of
You're
Thrones.
not going to the other side without seeing 70 episodes of Game of Thrones. I promise you, because it'll change your entire way of
I
thinking.
don't believe that, man.
Maybe.
It's
it will.
it's messing up this country.
Dude,
I'm
people
sorry.
are freaking
They're
out because it's about to
having
end.
viewing parties.
No, it's really messing
There's gonna
up
be
this
some depression.
country, man.
I love it so
really
much.
is, man.
I love it.
When I start hearing Al Galdi and guys like that talk about Game of Thrones and they're not talking about sports, then that means something's going on with this country, man.
Absolutely.
It's so
man.
good.
don't
Everyone
like it,
knows
man.
it's good. It's the
All right.
best.
All right.
It's the best. 2 more episodes. Gird your loins, boys. We have
Right.
2 more Game of Thrones left, and we're going to get it on. So see you guys next Tuesday night. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'm Ken Marengold, and this was...
The hot box.
Appreciate you.
Thanos.
We're still live. We're still live until I hit that button.
Look.